Fred Van Vleet in a workout, who had just signed a 2-year extension with the Houston Rockets, who just acquired Kevin Durant this summer and really overhauled that team and invested some money, got rid of Dylan Brooks and Jalen Green for Durant and this guy to retool this team to go on a championship run. Make no mistake, the Houston Rockets are all in. That being said, man, how devastating of a news for Fred Van Vleet to get hurt. You're talking about a guy, even though small in stature, a guy who's won a championship. And I was covering that series. I remember in the second round 2 against the Milwaukee Bucks, Toronto was struggling. And Freddie hit a shot in that third quarter. And me and Leo Rowden kind of looked at each other and said, you know what, that may be the shot to get them back on track. And Milwaukee never won another game in that series. And Toronto just went on and hit the rest is history. But Fred was an instrumental part of the Raptors championship. And now he's going to miss the season with a torn ACL. And really and truly, man, if this is a 2-year window, for all practical purposes, even that second year, it normally takes that second year you playing, at least halfway through it, to get back to where you were. This is devastating for the Houston Rockets. And I would have to say, their odds are going to drop a little bit because the problem is this. You make it find somebody that can do what Freddie does, or if you move the backup up to that starting position, now your depth drops at the backup position.
Yeah,
so it's just a tough position to be in.
The backups are what, Shepherd and Aaron Holiday?
Not enough experience. Now, when you start talking about winning a championship, and you're talking about playing with KD wants to win a championship. So don't be surprised if we look out there and see some names of some veteran point guards getting traded. Think about it from this standpoint. Man, if you were Chris Paul and had not signed with the Clippers, how good an opportunity this would have been.
It would have been a good opportunity, but I don't know if that's the move that Houston would have wanted to make. Because
hey, man,
Chris Paul is a little bit long in the tooth.
Yeah, but he played all 82 games last year.
Yeah.
And with that team, you can honestly say you just need someone to know how to run the show and distribute the rock, right?
Right.
Because you got the scoring. You got everything. You got everything. You got size. You got defense. You got scoring. You got shooting. You got athleticism.
Yeah.
You
got everything.
I'm just speculating it out there now. Look at some other teams. Think about some teams that may have a point guard to spare. Who's out there?
The first thought that came into my mind was actually a Dennis Schroeder. If they can go pluck him away from where I think he's in Detroit.
Yeah.
Or D'Angelo Russell before he signed with Dallas, that might have been a move they might have been willing to make.
See, another thing too, it's going to be tough because
it's tough.
I tell you what may have been a nice fit. Somebody just signed. What's the veteran point guard that just signed? Oh, man, from Georgia. What is his name? I was just reading about that, and he's on a non-guaranteed contract at that.
Yeah, I can't think about
it. Oh man, I see his face right now. It'll come back to me, but this is going to hurt Houston Rockets.
Oh yeah, definitely.
This is going to be tough, man. How they're going to cope and how they're going to adjust. And look, we know Kevin Durant can handle the ball, but you don't want Kevin Durant handling the ball like that. You want him as a finisher, closer. Right. You don't want him handling the ball that facilitate or think about should he be facilitating. You want him just attacking at all times.
Well, they made point guard by committee, should I say. I mean, you can get Amin Thompson the ball. Maybe he can do a little bit of ball handling here. Aaron Holiday, like I said. Shepherd, we're waiting to see what he was going to do in the league.
I'm going to say Thompson. And Shepherd. Now, Shepherd had a great summer.
Yes.
So expect him.
2 great summers.
Yeah. So if I'm the Houston Rockets, before I would panic, early in the season, give Shepherd and some of those young guys a chance. If you give them a chance early, that gets them 82 games throughout the season to get ready for the playoffs. That should be enough time. And then it's also enough time for you to find out if they can't handle it.
Right.
And if they can't, then it gives you a chance to go out and try to make something happen.
Right.
Also, I wouldn't be shocked if I'm the Houston Rockets, if I'm scouting in Europe.
Yeah, I mean, when you're a championship contender, and you probably can attest to this a little bit more, I would imagine that you don't leave any stones unturned because your window of opportunity to win a championship is usually very small.
Well, think about this. Kevin Durant is what, 37?
Right.
Really and truly, I'm looking at that window is this coming season. Maybe could bleed over depending on how healthy KD is and depending on what he's got left in the tank. Now, from all things that I've heard and seen and read, is that he's ready to rock and roll. That he plays basketball 24/7 year round, right? He don't take a lot of time off. So, but this is my concern for KD. He's still been averaging 25 last 3 years.
Yeah.
But his teams haven't won.
Right.
That's my concern. Is what KD does does it still equate to winning? And we can't say the last 3 years.
Right. Well, this is a new team, a new opportunity. I think the fit of the pieces around him are better than what they had in Phoenix.
Okay.
But like you said, the story is to be told.